Does that mean we can't even approve the minutes?
No, not till Vincent gets here.
Oh, good.
We're good, okay. I'd like to welcome everybody to our Kingsburg Public Safety Committee meeting today. Today's Monday, March 18th, 2023. I'd like to call this meeting.
It's 2024.
Oh, yeah, it says 2023. I'm just reading it. Thank you, Barbara.
Going back in time.
I know. I'm just reading. I always read 2024. Good catch. Yeah. I'd like to call this meeting to order. First on our agenda, we have public comment. Does anybody here would like to speak on public? Well, no, you guys are on the agenda, so would anybody here like to speak on public comment? Anything you want to say? Okay, hearing none, I will close public comment. Well, we'll wait for Vincent to get here. We'll wait for Vincent to get here to approve the minutes. Next, we'll move on to general police update. We have Lieutenant Jose Salinas here and Detective Jennifer Villanueva. So thank you for being here today. You come up, yeah. Please come up and give us our update.
Okay.
Thank you.
So this is from February to March. We've had a lot of mail theft, and vandalism. So we're not sure. Some of the cases are just the vandalism to the community mailboxes. Others, there's been reported mail has been stolen from the community mailboxes. If there's anybody who hasn't received mail or believes that their mail may have been stolen, we encourage them to come forward with that so we can add them as a victim. I know that the post office here in town they have this program where you can actually have them scan each mail item that you receive, so that way people can know what they were supposed to receive that day. So you can just sign up for it at the post office. I know they've done that in the past. We've had some vehicles stolen as well. There's not a particular type. It just varies. We had commercial burglaries going on early in the year. We were able to make one arrest, and then we've had some just petty thefts, beer runs and stuff like that. We encourage people, if they see anything suspicious or anything like that, to call it in. We always encourage those type of calls because you never know what can come of them. And then just to give like a update, we've in the last month and a half or so, we've made approximately 46 arrests. Just a stat to throw out there for you all. This varies from warrants, DUIs, just from officers being proactive and being reactive to calls for service. And we encourage people to lock their vehicles, take items of value out of their vehicles so that they don't have to worry about that being stolen. If they have, it's good to have video surveillance, so if they can get video surveillance for their homes, it's really good for us. And then, like I said, we just encourage people to come forward when they see something suspicious so that we can respond to the area and figure out what's going on. Does anybody have questions? No? And that's it.
Okay, do we have any questions from our committee on anything that Officer Villanueva? I have a question.
Yes.
You said there was 46 arrests?
Yes.
Okay. Is that like normal? Because that seems like quite a few.
That's a lot. Yeah. That's from officers being proactive and making vehicle stops, and that's just from the beginning of February to March of last week. So they've been pretty proactive, going to calls and also making vehicle stops and contacting people. So, and it varies. They go from warrants, DUI arrests, and then domestic violence and so on. So yeah.
Well, I'm glad they're doing their job. I'm surprised there's been that many here in Kingsburg.
Yeah, we're out there putting in the work. So
yeah, and then you said the mail theft is mostly the community mailboxes, huh?
Yeah.
Not the little personal ones?
No, they're mostly the community ones. So if the public has, if that's the type of mailbox that they have, I would encourage them to get their mail as soon as they can. Like, kind of have a time frame. If you're at home, I know people work, but if you're at home during the hours of when the mailman goes and delivers your mail, I would encourage them to just take it out right then. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a good idea.
they're doing it in different ways, right? They'll force it open, or they'll have makeshift keys to get into the mailboxes that way. So they're working on getting a new mailbox. I believe in the area of Avenue F and Lindquist was that area of town on the west side, and it kind of scattered through like the north of town as well. So all community mailboxes.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So what is it like? I'm assuming the postal service opens like a big door and then stuffs all.
Yeah.
So is it someone that's opening that big door and has access to multiple?
Yeah, so they've done it different ways, to where they will open the back side of it where the mailman goes and puts the mail in. But I know that there's been times where they've actually hit the front as well, where they pried open the front of it in order to get the mail from the one individual mailbox. And tax returns are coming in, so obviously that's going to be a big thing with criminals trying to get into the mailboxes to get those tax returns. So
Can citizens request the post office to hold their mail
they can.
so they can go in and pick it up themselves?
Yeah, I mean, and also you can get a PO box too. That way
Right.
you can just have it mailed to your PO box, and then you don't have to worry about it going in a community mailbox.
That costs money.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, it does.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here today, yeah, the update. Thank you, yeah, thanks again. Have a good day. Okay, Vincent, thanks for showing up. Now we can go back to approve the minutes from our November 13th Public Safety Committee meeting. Can I get a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve the minutes. I read
Second.
them.
We got a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Motion carries. Next, we have use of funds discussion. So I know we've been discussing that pretty much every meeting until we figure out what we're going to put, use our funds for. I know we had talked about maybe using them, for the fentanyl awareness, but that, Officer Cardinelli and Lisa Smitkamp came and did that, so that went well. And
That was at the high school, right?
yes,
What about the junior high school?
when I approached them, I gotta go back. I kind of spearheaded that because I saw it on the news a couple of years ago, and the junior high never responded back to me. So I called them a couple times and they never responded back. Rayford didn't, yeah. So, but thanks for reminding me. I need to call them again and see if that's something they may want to, have
Yeah.
this year or next year.
Yeah, definitely.
One of their assemblies for the fentanyl awareness. I guess it's a really good program. I spoke to my grandsons. They said they really, it was good for them just to go through that.
So would the county provide that again?
Yes.
So we wouldn't have to pay for it?
No, it's a free program.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a free program
that's a good thing.
that the county has been putting on for a lot of high schools and a lot of junior highs and high schools. Yeah.
Good.
I think a lot of times the junior high will be invited to some of the high school things.
Right.
So I know when they had like a lock it up event and stuff like that for parents, then it was publicized for the elementary school to come join the high school. So I don't know if that was the case during that time.
No, it wasn't because the high school there was in the morning.
Oh, okay.
They had they emailed me. The high school emailed me that they were having two different sessions for that with Officer Dean Cardinelli and Lisa Smitkamp.
Do you know were they going through their SRO, Joey Arvalo?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. So I think for the elementary district, probably the best thing to do would be to go through Gabe Castellanos, our SRO.
Right, Gabe, yeah.
And probably, obviously, Mrs. Lee, the principal
Yeah.
at Rafer, would need to be looped in. But then if Gabe could get clearance through the district office, through Mrs. Pasillas and Dr. Sever, then he could take
Right.
it to Mrs. Lee, and that would probably be the way.
Yeah, I know, Gabe.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Well, the high school didn't actually go through their RS, but he was,
But he was involved.
He was involved. Yeah. Once they decided to do it, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
On that same subject, I know that the district office and Mrs. Pasillas are working on possibly some Narcan more readily available for employees at the school district. Obviously not, out for in areas where children could get it, but just for more awareness for staff, some training, and having more Narcan on hand at the schools. So, still in the works.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good. I know that. I think Clovis. I saw something about Clovis is going to have it like in every classroom. So that's good though that Rayford Johnson does have some available there. Yeah, just in case.
Every school site has some
every school,
available,
yeah.
And then now I think we're boosting that instead of just for like the nurse and the principal. I think there'll be more access
Yeah.
across campuses. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, Mrs. Pasillas is heading that up as our director of student services, and so she'll be making sure that all elementary staff is trained and has ready access. So that's happening for sure in the elementaries.
Yeah, that's good. Hopefully they won't have to use it, but just in case, it's definitely will save somebody's life. Yeah. Well, I know I talked to on this use of funds discussion. I talked to Chief Dadian. They did order body cams and dash cams for their cars. And he mentioned that, I told him, well, I said, I'm glad you guys got them ordered. They didn't get all the grants they wanted, And I said, well, I can bring it up in Public Safety Committee. It's something that, we can discuss about if we want the funds to go to the police. I know we've really been helping the police a lot, mostly with the cameras for the city. I think our last two funds have gone for that. The last 2 years in a row, right, Vincent?
I think so.
Yeah.
How much is our funds?
We have 10,000.
Okay.
Yeah, we get 10,000 per year.
Is that from the city itself?
Yes, it is. And if we don't give it to somebody by, what is it?
June
I was going to
30th?
say July, June, yes. By June, then it goes back to the city. But we've always used it, yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
I take that back. We last year we gave it for the first couple of years, because I've been doing this 4 years now. The first couple of years, 2 or 3 years, we gave it to police for their cameras, city cameras, and then last year we gave it.
The bathroom at the new park. One of the
Athwal.
Athwal Park.
Athwal Park, yes, last year, that's right. For to get the bathroom and the cameras, the new cameras over there too. So.
Did Chief tell you, like, where, I know they have their cameras ordered, but I feel like there's even training involved in getting the body cams up and running and technology use. I know
Storage.
that sounds
Storage
so-
is the most expensive thing.
Storage, yeah, all of, so did he give you any idea of if there is a need for that?
He
For
did,
help
yeah.
with that? I know it's a small amount, 10,000 is
Right,
not much.
exactly. He did say that it would help them, with the cost of all the body cams and the training and the storage. Yes,
Is it like this, are you talking about storage of the actual, like,
Footage.
video footage?
Video, yeah.
Okay.
because there's a state law where you have to store it for, do you know how long it is, Abby?
I don't.
No, but you have to store it for so many years, just in case somebody wants it, wants a record of it. I think it's 3 or 4 years. It's something like that, yeah.
Do we meet again before June 30th?
We do. Yes, we do. Yeah, I'd like to have, Lennis here and Alan, get them all, get us, before we decide where we're going to, yeah. But I'm just bringing that up, so.
May
It's-
13th
it-
is the next scheduled meeting.
May 13th?
May, that's
That,
right.
I would love, I don't know, I don't talk to Chief often, but I would love to hear if there's like a specific area that he knew that $10,000 would, meet that, like, that would pay for the 1 year of storage, or that would.
Something, yeah.
You know,
Yeah, we can get him in here in May.
Yeah.
We
Could
can get him in
invite
here
him and, because I've only been, this is my third meeting, right?
right.
Second or third?
Second, I think it's your second. Might be your third, I can't remember.
I can't
I got
remember.
a bad memory.
I've come in for so many other things. Anyways,
Right.
I'm just wondering if, like, we've talked about it going to the police now 2 or 3 times. Maybe I just read the first minutes, I don't know.
Right.
So it sounds like that's where everybody's ideas are, and if he could come and share the details of where that exactly is. I know it's not a lot of money, but
Right.
I would
It does
love-
help.
I would love to hear, like, that it would specifically go to
Yeah,
approve.
and he did that for us when we gave him the funds for the city cameras. The cameras are out in the city. He would always come and speak to us about it, yeah. More than once, yeah, Is there any other ideas anybody might have for these funds?
I was looking at this thing that was brought up last time about the vaping at Reagan and Rayford. Is there something that we would want to put towards that, towards the education? It says vape detectors, any of that equipment?
I know that the high school has the vape detectors in several areas, restrooms, locker rooms.
But this
Now
is
they-
Rayford and Reagan.
But, you mean Rafer?
And Reagan. It says vape.
Yeah, that's right. Somebody did say there was some kids at Reagan that,
Rayford does have vape detectors in their bathrooms and locker room area. It's not really a locker room area. It's the bathrooms in the gym. So they're covered with vape detectors, vape detection. I think that my comment last time was more along the lines of just, how do we educate the kids? And I think right now, the principals are definitely working on that awareness and education, and definitely seeing that the principals are doing a great job.
I don't know if it'd be our responsibility or theirs, but it seems like the county would have some kind of a program.
I think they're working, the principals are
Yeah.
working for any needs they have. Rayford doesn't need any more vape detectors that I am aware of. If Reagan was to get detectors, that the principal would work with our district, and then also with the Kingsburg Healthcare Foundation. I think they were gonna talk to them, but yeah, I don't think it was as much about the detectors as just education. And since this last meeting, I know that the principals are definitely addressing it with the kids and the families, coming up with a way to really address the need of awareness. For us as adults, THC in a vape is legal, but for kids, it's illegal. On our school campuses, it's illegal. And so when we have events where we're sharing this education with kids, we need to make sure that kids, there's a distinction between, it may not be legal for your parents at your home, but it is illegal for you at all times, and it is illegal on our campus no matter what age you are. And that kind of, because it's changed now, back in the day it was like, say no to drugs. Drugs are illegal, and it was, that was the state. They're illegal at your house, my house, any public area. That's not quite the case now. So I'm seeing the principals are really, and our district office really focusing on helping kids understand the differences in their homes, their parents, and the kids. So Don't write all that, Abby.
Yeah.
And this says that the vape detectors also detect loud noises, gunshots, and people calling for help.
Yes.
So if you're trapped in the bathroom or something, you
Yes.
could call for help and
Yep,
they would hear it.
absolutely. Very good system. Our district office and Mr. Rodriguez have worked with Danny McIntyre to make sure that the systems work really well, and they get alerted to directly to their phones or their computers, so they can help anybody that's in need in a restroom. Yeah.
Looking back from the minutes from that last meeting, I think you guys were discussing that in regards to like the Apple Park bathroom. Like vape detectors or noise, is what you guys were talking about.
Yeah, we did bring that up.
The vandalism that happens in there and stuff like that.
Yeah. Because they had just put the bathrooms in, I think,
Yeah.
and
So
there was vandalism.
There's been vandalism.
Yeah, already, I know. Yeah, we did, because I was like, well, let's put cameras in there. Like, yeah, well, no, we can't put cameras in there, Alan. He was, making a joke about that.
are there cameras in that area, like by the skate park?
There is.
Okay.
There's cameras right there where the skate park is, and on the play structure.
Who monitors those?
The police department.
They do?
Yeah. They
City.
have
They're supposed
their
to.
cameras.
I'll check on that.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing them, so that's why I don't know.
Yeah, they have little solar things that help keep them going.
Because I know I've seen the indoor monitors that they have for different rooms,
It's
but
a different platform than that.
okay, I'll have to check into it because I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
Just
go over there and then
I will.
you can see them up on a pole, the cameras, and then a little.
But I'm not worried about the polls. I'm worried about the monitors that are
Yeah.
being monitored.
So I can talk to you about it after.
Oh yeah, the
Okay.
monitors. Yes.
Yeah, I'm
the
just wondering where the
monitors,
monitors were located.
We can talk about it afterwards.
Okay, I can go to the police department. I got key to the back door.
yes. Right. Any other ideas about funds for?
I don't know if this is something, the other night the Girl Scouts were here and they presented some ideas that they think would be good. I don't know that $10,000 would cover it, but they were talking about creating a playground for handicapped children. I think there's a name for that, but I don't remember what it was. I don't know if that's something we would want to look into, if there was just to put some equipment in one of our own parks.
I know Laura North has brought that up more than once at our council meetings
Right.
with Dave Peters, our city engineer.
And
So
what's-
that is being discussed. Yes,
Okay, so it wouldn't be something we.
Aren't the parks getting the new?
yes, and that helps with ADA also because they're all getting the rubber fitting, so there'll be no.
Pour and play.
Pour and play rubber, yes, thank you, Abby. The pour and play, the rubber fitting instead of wood chips, because if you're in a
Oh.
wheelchair, you can't.
Yes.
The wood chips
Maneuver
do
through that,
do you
yeah.
any good? Yes.
So it's going to be
Can't
like a
wheel yourself
track?
through
It'll be smooth like a track, or is it going to be chunks?
It'll be softer than.
But it'll
than-
be wood, but it'll be solid like a wood, like a track.
Yes,
Okay,
Like what's at Apple, right?
Yeah.
yes, like what's at Athwal, and then all the parks are getting that.
okay. Well, that's good. This is my first meeting. I'm having to catch up.
Yeah. Okay, well, if there's no other, like I said, we'll bring this back in May, and I'm sure Lennox will be here
He should
then,
be.
be recovered by May, and then I'll give Alan a call and get him in here, and then we'll have Chief come, and in the meantime, you guys can think of, if you hear something else, think about anything else. We can, discuss it in May and make our decision,
And if you guys find anything, like you can email it to me, and I can include it in the packet so that
Okay.
members could look at it
Right.
before the meeting.
before in the packet. Okay, thank you, Abby. Okay, moving on. Is there any other business?
I have a question.
Yes.
I frequent over by Washington School. Why are there no stop signs there for the through street?
You know what, that's been brought up several times, and the traffic committee has looked into that. It's because there has not been, there's no warrant, it's not warranted for it because
Nobody's been hit.
nobody's been hit and there's
That's
been
not a
no
good
accidents.
excuse. That's not a good excuse, though.
I agree, but that's how they do it.
And we can't go over them? We can't tell them we want it there?
Yes, so, like I said, I've been the chairman here for 4 years, and we've had many citizens come in with public comment about, I'd like to see a stop sign here, or a new crosswalk here or something. I would forward it to city staff, and city staff would take it to our traffic committee, and then they do their due diligence to study how many accidents and things that have happened wherever the person wants a stop sign or a crosswalk. And if there's no warrant, if there's no need for it, then they don't do it.
Seems like there should be a way, I mean, because those are
Yeah.
kindergartners that are running across the street there.
Yeah,
And sometimes the parents are with them, and sometimes the parents are standing on the curb across the street. Come on.
yeah.
And I just see it not as a very safe situation.
You're talking about stop sign right there by the church, right?
Right by the church and then by the senior center there,
By the
the
senior
parking
center,
lot
yeah,
there
right,
by the
yes.
senior center. Yeah, those two corners seem like, I don't know, I mean, I'm there frequently and I see those kids. So
Yeah.
it just seems like it would be a good idea, but.
Yeah, it's like a little three-way
Yeah, it's a
intersection.
three-way intersection and there's only one stop sign, so. It seems like through traffic would be the one that should stop it, if anybody,
Yeah.
because they're the ones that are least likely to stop.
Well-
But is there a way we can present this?
Thank God there has not been any accidents there, but
Yeah.
I can bring it up. I'll
I mean, even if there's no accidents, the fact that a lot of the people
I
want
will bring it.
it
Yes,
Should make
Barbara,
the-
I will.
makes some
I'll
difference.
take that to city staff, and
Good.
they may decide, hey, that's a good spot for one.
And
Yeah.
tell them what I said.
Yeah, I will.
Even though there's no accidents,
Right.
people want it.
Yes.
I'm sure the parents over there would appreciate it.
Or at the very least, I know there's the new light up systems.
Yes.
Across,
Even
where
that would be
things light
good.
up.
Yeah.
Something like that if they
Right,
don't want a
so
stop
maybe it
sign.
doesn't warrant an actual stop, but maybe it warrants one of the light up.
Caution lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And we-
something that you guys could, right, with the funds to see, they're expensive.
I was gonna say, I think they were way, I'm trying
Yeah,
to speak,
they
weren't
are.
they, how much were they, weren't they close to 20,000?
They're like $25,000. Yeah.
Just for one cross?
One.
So we're talking about $50,000 just for both sides to get to Washington.
Yes.
Well, then a stop sign would be more efficient. Would be more practical if we can get them to do that.
Yeah.
Tell them if they aren't going to give us a stop sign, if we want them to put in those flashers, they can make the decision on their own which one they want to do. 50,000 or 500.
The flashing cross. Yeah. I will bring that up. Yes, definitely.
I mean, maybe it's justified now that Roadhouse and McGosh are right there.
Yeah, and now the new Viking, the Viking
Yes.
barbecue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the Viking barbecue is going in there, and just thinking if now it's more
You're right.
justified because there's so much more businesses
More
right in
traffic.
that area.
It's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The other question I had, and I assume it's just a nuisance, the stop signs on Draper. That one, we have four-way stops and then we have a two-way stop. And everybody stops like it's a four-way stop, which
Yeah.
causes people
A lot of
behind
people
them. Yeah, it's just an irritation, I guess. I mean, I'm sure we haven't had any accidents or nothing serious anyway. But I wonder why they did that. Why didn't they just put four-way in all of them?
Again, I believe it's because with the traffic committee looks at where are the four-way stops. We needed more, and then we don't need them at the other intersections so.
Maybe I need to get on the traffic committee.
Yeah, there you go. Talk to them.
There's a whole science behind it. That
Yeah.
an engineer could
Oh, I'm
explain,
sure.
and
I'm
there's
sure
lots
there
of
is.
liabilities.
I know.
It's really interesting.
It is,
But
yeah.
You could talk to Carol, and she could let you know when the next traffic committee.
I will.
The public's welcome to come. It's
Okay.
the fire department, police department,
Department.
public works, and our city engineer.
Yes, those four in it. Yeah.
That's it. Okay, I don't have anything else.
Okay, thank you, Barbara. Any other business? Hearing none, okay, I will adjourn today's meeting. Thank you.
And the next one is when? May what?
I'm gonna stop the stream, just give me 1 second.
Oh, thank you.